Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus. This is round 2 of Merfolk and Legacy. I think that we can keep this. I mean, it's a little bit slow and we're on the draw, but at least Oko can like do things. So hopefully this is a match where we'll be able to use this card effectively. Well, guess we are going to play Snow-Covered Island and pass. Interesting, they did not crack the fetch land. Maybe they're worried. They don't have a 1-drop to play with this? This could be Storm. It's probably not great for us if it is. Maybe a Reanimator? No. This could be, or it could just be like an Oko pile. Yeah, okay, this is like a snow deck. Astrolabe, yeah. It's rough. There's a couple things that could happen right now. Alright, well they're gonna know what the deal is here, but I'm just gonna pass and then I'll play Trickster at their end step. I'm worried they could play something like Teferi Time Raveler and then we would be in a lot of shit. Like all of our counter spells will go offline. They can just like bounce whatever. Yeah, they can bounce the Trickster and it's not going to mean anything. So not a good start to this round. Maybe we have to mulligan more aggressively in game 1. I mean, that's possible. Man, that might be something that we learn here. Oko. You know what? That's not the end of the world. That's actually helpful, I think. So here we have to start getting rid of their Oko. We do have another Oko to pitch to force. Looks like they don't have anything else. They're 4 cards in hand. They pitched another Force of Will. Okay. We can theoretically kill their Oko, though. Well, okay. Well, not necessarily. If they attack mine, I have 5 damage in board, but they might have removal for it, so that'll make it a little harder. Green Sun Zenith. Oh, well, this is not great. They have lots of creatures, so they're definitely going to attack Oko. And their Elks are going to be all bigger. Oh, fuck me. Alright. So how do I go about doing this? I can put their Oko to 2, or make this a food, or make this bigger. So you have removal, you have swords. Alright. It's not pleasant. It's gonna make it, but now I can't keep my Oko alive. I don't feel like they're a wasteland deck here. So I just have to make this a thing. They can like Elk their Noble Hierarch or their Dryad Arbor, or they can even Elk the Astrolabe and then attack with 2 Elks and then we're fucked. Being on the draw with like a slow hand versus this deck was not great. If we had like a Chalice in turn 1, like if we had the opening hand from like the last round against this deck, it would have been like much better. I don't know how much better though, because they did have Force of Will, so maybe it wouldn't have resolved. Leovold, okay, well that's a problem. They are attacking Oko, So I'm surprised that they went with this line. I am going to trade my food with it. They might. So they're making a food. Alright, well, the Oko Wars have started. Okay, well that's fantastic. So here, I think we need to make food. If they have Plague Engineer, we're going to be in some trouble though. Or at least this means I can block an elk. But Engineer would be like the worst possible thing that can happen right now. Alright. Sylvan Library, also not great. I didn't no attacks. Okay, that's fine. So I guess I attack Oko. They have no cards in hand, but they do have Sylvan Library, which is dangerous. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I do have creatures to block. I'm willing to go after their Oko here. Otherwise, it's gonna tick up to infinity, so I have to at least pressure it. If they attack with one elk, I can double block, and then we'll trade one creature with one of theirs. They did pay 4 life in order to draw a spell. Astrolabe, okay. They're just chaining. Alright, so you know what? They might just start elking these Astrolabes now. That would be pretty bad for us. Alright. This force is losing power, but I'm keeping it in case they play something like Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm wondering if maybe, like, they have a huge army now, so it might be correct to start attacking them with the True Name. I think they're going to start going after my Oko. They're attacking it with 3 things. I think I just blocked the Leovold. No, I'm definitely forcing that. Well, we lost Oko, but maybe we can still get there with True Name. Not bad. I guess we'll crack this. So how much? They have 9, 10, so... I think I'm just gonna go after him. No, they actually have an extra 3. They have 13. Alright. Let's... Oh. If we can find, like, Lord of Atlantis, we might actually be okay. Well, that doesn't help us right now. I think we need Lord in order to live. And we're still, like, super dead to Plague Engineer. I'm trying to go for a line that wins the game, because at this point, because they have so many artifacts in play, Oko's making a 3/3 every turn, and I cannot beat that, so... There was, like, a possibility that I could have killed it before, but maybe even then, like, the last attack against Oko we may have needed to go against the opponent, but the green creature, oh fuck, that's bad. Okay, so basically we are on the Lord or Die plan. right? This is not enough, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 17. Okay. Okay, so Lord of Atlantis wins. Cool. Three, and 4. It's playing to our outs. That's what we have to do here. All right. How the fuck did we approach this? We need Dismember against this deck. What is not good against them? Chalice is okay. They do have like swords and cantrips. True Name is also okay, but not like the best spell. I think Glasspool Mimic is a little bit weak. I don't really want to be copying True Name in the face of Plague Engineer that much. Maybe I cut like one Chalice and keep the rest. This isn't a match where I think I need extra Force of Negations. It's probably not helpful. Yeah, I think this is about as good as we're going to do against them. So we just run it like this and hope. But we definitely stole that game. Fuck. Do I keep this? We're on the draw again? This is going to be so slow. They kept 7 cards too, which means like they have a very aggressive hand. And we don't have like any... I mean, we do have True Name Nemesis, and we can have like turn 2 Chalice. But if they just play like Oko, then this is totally dead. I don't know. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough. Well, we have to keep this, and I guess I could put Chalice in the bottom. Like, it might just be better to start jamming creatures. Like, Chalice is only, like, okay against them. It's not actually great because they, like I said, they do have Oko to get rid of it. I mean, Dryad Arbor, that's sort of fine. I'm going to play Glasspool Mimic here because I need to get the 3 mana for True Name. Okay, so we can play, like, Sylvan Library here. Should be pretty good. We might just play... Ice Fang's pretty good too. So we play Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. So how much do I want to play around Plague Engineer? They haven't played a Black Source yet, and we haven't... I'm sure that they have it, but I don't know. I might not jam True Name right away. Seagate is a card I can hold on to for force. Might get Underground Sea. I think if they have Engineer, they'll get a Black Source. Yeah, okay, so that definitely could be happening now. Yes, they do have it, see? Alright, well... I have a feeling like if I had played like the Master first, they probably would have just used Swords to Plowshares on it. So here, I guess we just play an island and pass. And I'm going to try to get this Engineer with a Trickster. Yep. If I can like surprise block it with Trickster, that would be great. And I can attempt to perform this trick again next turn as well. So I can play the Master and then the Trickster. Like if you have what you need, like you need a swords here. Yeah, they're gonna do it. Okay, you have swords. I don't have Dismember to get rid of this thing yet, so... Okay. So here they have to have like 2 removal spells in order to stop me from blocking this thing. The second Trickster is always the one they expect the least. And if I can get this thing off of the board, I'm actually in pretty good shape. You have not learned from your mistakes, have you? That engineer should not be attacking me. That is absolutely a mistake. You can draw your card, I don't care. At this point, I can trade a creature with it. That's all that matters. Which means I can get True Name Nemesis online and at least attempt to do something here. Okay. Now I just have to hope they don't have another Plague Engineer. It's gotta be suspicious as hell to them that I played that without using Cavern, but yeah, it's a little bit too late now, so... Now we can start attacking them, hopefully. Another engineer would not be great, but at least we can survive that. That's also very good. I get the sense that they don't have more removal, so I'm gonna just go for it. So they are dead next turn if they don't actually find something. You should have done that in combat, because you could have drawn Swords to Plowshares and totally got me off of that. See, I might only attack with the True Name this turn. Because now they've seen a lot of cards, so they have a much better chance of finding removal. They could have Fatal Push. They've cast 2 swords already, so that's probably fine, but even if I just attack with True Name and they have 1 removal spell, this still puts them in danger, I think. Interesting. You're really going to attack with everything? I don't think that's a good idea. I am not going to block that. That has to be desperation. Oh no! They found something. I didn't have a force for that. Well, this is terrible. Now our clock is just abysmal. So we're at... They have 3 cards in hand still. So Dead of Winter was like absolutely like the best thing they could have found, so fuck me, I guess. I don't think we could have played around that though. We had to just hope that they didn't find it. Like, there's not really a chance of us trying to get there if we were not committing to the board, so. But I think here they like if they don't have removal, they only attack for 1, but if they find something, then they attack with both. The problem is, like, now if they find Oko, that totally stabilizes them from this position. And if they play it before we do, like, because they have Astrolabes, like, them playing it before us is going to be devastating. Because they get Elks immediately, and it takes us 2 turns to get them. Here they're just on Cantrip Tribal. So did you find something? My suspicion is that because you didn't attack with both, you probably didn't. Okay, well that is sort of helpful. Pyroblast. Fuck. Alright. I have to keep the master back because in case... So they did find a removal, but they were holding it in case we played, like, Oko, I guess. So I guess here I have to... That's not the worst thing. Like, this does potentially kill them quickly if we can, you know, find something off of it. That's not going to do it, though. Oh, it still might be okay, because I'm still going to attack with it next turn. So what do you have? They don't have anything. Why didn't you attack with this? I still have to... Like, if they have removal, they're going to use it anyway, so... I have to try to, like, hope that I can do something, but no. They're going to just trade here. That's bad. Alright, once again, we're, like, flooding a little bit, and we're getting close to the point where casting this Seagate Restoration is almost an option. And here comes Oko. No, that's Questing Beast. That's actually almost worse. This means they're killing us in 3 turns. So if I find True Name, that slows them down, but not by a lot. Does actually casting this Lord of Atlantis do anything? They're going to put me to 1, and I still don't have an answer to this. And, like, playing the Lord of Atlantis does not give me... Okay, so is there any possible way I can, like, come back from this? I can't really do anything with this Seagate, I guess. I guess we've lost game 2. Like, it was going sort of okay, but, like, yeah, no, they managed to pull it together at the end here. There's nothing I can do about this. Not even, like, you know what? No, Merfolk Trickster off the top would keep us in the game for another turn. Okay, well, it's something, I guess, because I can tap down the Ice Fang and then at least block the Questing Beast. So actually, no, what I have to do is I have to Trickster the Ice Fang after it attacks. We're still dead to, like, basically anything. This means, though, if this works out, then True Name is an option to stay alive. Okay, we lose. Because this will only be 2 power, so it can't block here. Alright, game 3. Jeez. That was rough. Yeah, I don't think there's much we could do there. I don't think I change anything really either. Alright, we're running this back. We have to steal one more game, and we're on the play, so... Oh, we don't have any lands. Oops. There. I think we can keep this? It's so bad if they have, like, fucking anything, though. I guess I put Force of Will on the bottom. I don't have to play the Chrome Mox in turn 1. That will give me a better idea of what my line to victory is. So I guess we want to draw, like, Cavern of Souls. We can play, like, True Name on turn 2. We could also just play Oko on turn 2 if we draw a land. They're gonna get Dryad Arbor. Okay. Well, alright. I guess I'm exiling a True Name Nemesis. Right? Because then I can play Silvergill, reveal True Name. Probably want to play Oko first. I mean, there. I think that like I think I have to exile a turn in here. Cause like we just lose to Plague Engineer if we don't keep the Oko. So. Yeah, I could like, fuck, like this is gonna be so bad though if they play Engineer anyway. Like, well, I guess that we can Oko and Elk it. Like, I could just, yeah, I have to do this. There's no getting around this. This just has to happen, and this is my best chance of drawing a land for next turn. So. Okay, well that is technically a land. I mean, no, I'm not gonna shock myself, or I'm not gonna bolt myself in this. If they play Engineer, I can just dismember it, I guess. But I need to keep my life total high for that. Here I can also just play my own Oko. I could just Elk the Silvergill Adept too. It's actually a pretty strong play. I guess if I create a food token, like, then I can Elk that. What is better here? Oh, this is so rough. I'm gonna create a food. It puts Oko a little bit higher, and it gives me something to do with it next turn. Attack Oko. We're down to this again. But I mean, I think it's a little bit better for us now. The only thing is, if we Elk the Silvergill, it protects us from Plague Engineer a little bit better. They could still just like play Plague Engineer named Elk. They know we have Chur Name in hand, so they probably need to keep it for Merfolk, but I don't want to commit this until I'm confident that Engineer is not going to fuck us. And I am not at that point yet, so I think we need to play this Oko game a little bit. If we draw a land, like, there's also a possibility where I use Oko, Elk the food, play another Oko, and Elk the Chrome Mox, and have Surprise have, like, way more damage in play than you would have thought. Okay. We can put mine to 2. They are attacking my Oko, so. That's pretty good, too. They have 3 cards in hand. So I can either... Okay, so this is a very high-risk thing to do right now. I could try to kill their Oko, and I think that's the way to go here. I'm going to exile the True Name, because I think keeping this Oko in hand is... See, I also have the Dismember up. If they attack my Oko with the food token, I can actually just dismember it, and I might still just crush them then. This will keep it out of range. Do they have another one? Looks like they might. Oh, they have Uro. Okay, that's okay. And I'm very tempted to Elk the Chrome Mox. I think playing the Oko game is going to be better here. Ooh, okay. Sure, you got me. They only have 2 cards in hand. Do you have an answer to this one? No, they do not. So now if you bring that arrow back, it's not actually going to get through this because I can still elk it. What the fuck is this? It's 5 mana? Oh, they have Questing Beast. It's actually still okay. Because I do have Merfolk Trickster. So I go to 10, but like... Okay. So options here. I think I want to just elk this food. I could elk the Questing Beast, actually. If I elk the Questing Beast, I can send in the food token. They could potentially trade. I could just also elk this and not attack. I have Trickster to tap this thing down next turn. That is a very high risk play, I think, but might work. I'm trying to maximize my chances of Oko staying alive. They have 2 cards left in hand. I'm definitely playing this Trickster. I just have to figure out what's the best way for me to play it. Because they do have Uro coming back as well, and I have to be prepared for that. So I'm going to need Elks on my side. So it might be best to just elk the Questing Beast, let them attack, and then elk the Uro. That's... Oh, what? That it should not have that ability. I don't know what's going on here. I could also attack this right now. I can just attack and then out Trickster this thing in their turn. I don't know. That actually seems really dangerous though, because if they have like Force for my Trickster, then I need this. I need to be able to block this. All right, I'm not going to take the high risk play here. That's dumb. Okay. See, they did have an answer, so I'm glad that I kept this like this. So here comes Uro. And I probably have to elk this thing too. That was a great draw. Now I can elk this, and then I have blockers. What cards have they exiled? They've used Abrupt Decay and 2 swords right now. Which means, let's see, I only need to block... I have to block 2 creatures, so... I don't think I attack here. I want to wait until I have at least 1 more food token. Okay, so actually there is a reason to maybe attack with this Silver Gill. So if they attack with both of these things... Oh, fuck. I can let one of them through and I'd have to trade this. Still going to have to do that regardless. But I could also like be saving up for Glasspool next turn. Glasspool would be like really good. I guess the only thing is if they have another removal spell, I'm in a lot of trouble. Alright, so I guess I'm not going to attack here. So I might double block one of these things, like probably the Questing Beast, and then Lord can block this. Ace Fang, okay. Otherwise, it might be time to just like play Glasspool, copy Lord, and start attacking them with Island Walk. Well, that's unfortunate. How are these things snow creatures? Oh no, they're 1/1s. Fuck, okay, well, that's not great. You have 2 snow... Okay, yeah, alright, I guess that worked out for them. They only had 2 snow things, so... Alright. Damn it. That was really bad. This Questing Beast is gonna be a problem. Oh, fuck. That did not work out the way I needed it to. Okay, well, we're gonna lose this Oko now. I don't think we can actually win from this position. That Dead of Winter was just absolutely devastating. Damn it, we've like lost both of these games to this card, and we didn't have like a force for it either time. It's unfortunate. Because now the problem is they can replay... They don't have double green yet, though, so actually maybe not all hope is lost. Okay. So I guess I just have to hold back and then block Uros, and hope they don't have another green source. If they have a green source, then Questing Beast is going to kill Oko. They have Ponder to dig for it, like, that's not good. We're a little bit behind in the clock, but I don't think that's going to matter. The Questing Beast is going to be a problem because we don't have another Dismember for it. This Caracas is like really, really good in their deck. Okay. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good too. Let me attack both of these against Oko. So there's not really a point in blocking either one. If I draw another Oko, I can kill theirs. That's not going to do anything. The Seagate was a really bad draw this turn. I need like threats, not lands. I need them to stop having like all these removals too. They cast 3 removal spells and a sweeper and an Oko, and like that was just terrible. Terrible for us. The only... well, that's a problem now, because next turn they can play Questing Beast. And Plague Engineer on Elk, I imagine? Like, that's going to make our blocks really bad. Now, they still name Merfolk, so True Name's still offline. And from here, we are dead, right? Because they can just... They can play Questing Beast, animate this, so I can block 3, but then they still have 3, 6, 7, 8, like, and I have no board. There's no coming back from that. We lose. Well, yeah, fuck. Alright, so we both had 2 Okos, but like they had more removal and a sweeper to back it up and just like fucked us. Yeah, well, this is one of the reasons that I stopped playing Merfolk and Legacies, just because like these kind of decks are just like stupid, and now they've added Uro on top of like the Astrolabe Oko synergy to it. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we were in the fight for a little bit, but like no, just did not come together for us, and really needed a force for this thing and did not have that. So, fuck. All right. Well, maybe we're starting to identify where some of the weaknesses in this list are. So, well, that's fine. We're doing testing for this deck this league, so we'll see. And maybe the rest of these matches might go better than this, and we'll be pleasantly surprised with it. Or maybe we'll see that we need to like change a few cards around and do something to try to improve these matches. But this was miserable. This is like pretty much the exact reason like I don't want to play Legacy for the most part, because just like look at like all of these like like this is a fire design, like this is another fire design, this is a fire design, this is a fire design, like even this Dead of Winter that like completely blew us out is another fire design, just making one-sided sweepers to go along with the strategy. Like I don't know, it represents everything that's wrong with Magic, and like Legacy has now just become like the last 2 years of Magic instead of like the last 20 years of Magic. So I don't know. Though, like I said, we'll see how the rest of this league goes, but this is an experiment, so it's fine if it fails because we don't necessarily expect everything to go right the first time anyway. Alright, well, with that said, please give this a thumbs up and leave me some nice comments. I try to read them all. That means a lot to me. I always appreciate it when people are checking this stuff out. So I will see you again tomorrow. Take it easy.